In this video tutorial, we're going to look at the basics of creating classes in C++. To create a class in this project, we're going to first create the definition of this in the iap.h file. You'll find a label here that says user created class. This is where we're going to create our class declaration. To do this, we're going to type class, followed by the name. In this case, we're going to create a class to store information about a person. So we're going to call this class person, open a brace, close a brace, followed by a semicolon. We also need to add the public keyword, like so. The difference between public and private will be the subject of another video. Let's now add some variables to describe this person. When we add variables to a class declaration, we now refer to these as member variables, i.e. these variables are a member of person. So let's start off by saying int age, stud string name, and these will be our two member variables for now. When we define our own class, this gives us a new data type, so person is now a data type. We can now create an instance of this by going into our CPP file and typing person, and for now let's just call this person lecturer. To access the member variables we declared inside person, we need to type lecturer dot, and you can see that we get two suggestions here in age and name. So let's set age to be 28, and then finally we'll say lecturer.name equals Sam. So we use the dot operator to refer to variables that have been declared inside person. We use the dot operator for both read and write access. So in this case we're writing to the variable name, but let's say we wanted to read the variable name, then we would do the following. And hopefully you should see Sam and 28 printed down here. We could of course create another person, so let's make another one, and this time we'll call this one student, and we'll say student's age is 18, and their name is just John, like so. We could again print this information out, so we'll just change this to be student, and again student. Let's run this and make sure this works. And we can see we get our two people printed out. The thing to note here is that in this case both the variable student and lecturer are both of type person, which means they both have age and name as member variables. But more importantly, both student and lecturer have a different value for age and name. Another thing we might do to our class is add a function to this class. And we refer to this as a member function of the class person. So I'm going to write something really simple. I'm just going to write something called print. And this is going to print age and name. So I'm going to go into my CPP and grab this line of code here and paste this in here. We're now going to get two errors: use of undeclared identifier lecturer. And that's because when we have a function that exists inside our person class declaration, we no longer refer to lecturer.name, we just refer to name, which is the member variable associated with the class person, and the same for age. This function by itself isn't yet being called anywhere. So what we're going to do is go into our CPP file, and we're now going to replace this line of code with just lecturer.print. And we'll do the same for student. And hopefully our program will work exactly the same as we did before. And that's it. This tutorial served as a very simple introduction to creating your own classes. Classes are a complex part of C++, and we will explore them again in many future videos. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching.